You've replayed that conversation 3 times already. Not because anything strange happened, but because something felt different. They laughed a little longer than everyone else. They remembered that small thing you said 2 weeks ago. And now you're lying here at midnight wondering if you imagined the whole thing. You didn't. And what's fascinating isn't just that someone might like you. It's why the signs are so hard to read in the first place. Because attraction doesn't announce itself. It leaks. Here's what nobody tells you. The brain in the early stages of a crush goes into kind of quiet survival mode. The person catching feelings isn't trying to be mysterious. They're managing something that genuinely overwhelms them. And that's exactly why the signs are subtle, contradictory, and easy to miss, unless you know what you're actually looking for. The first thing you might notice is proximity. They find reasons to be near you that don't quite make logical sense. They sit 1 seat closer than necessary. They linger a few seconds longer than the conversation requires. This isn't accidental. Psychologically, we move our bodies toward what feels safe and magnetic. Physical closeness is one of the oldest, quietest forms of communication we have. Before words, there was this. The second sign lives in their attention. Not loud attention, precise attention. They remember the name of your childhood dog. They bring up something you mentioned offhand 6 weeks ago. This kind of recall isn't random. When someone is drawn to you, their brain flags you as significant, and significant things get stored differently. You become someone worth remembering in full detail. Third, and this one is easy to miss, watch for nervous energy specifically around you. They're fine with everyone else in the room. Then you walk in, and suddenly they're adjusting their posture, finding somewhere to put their hands, talking slightly faster. The nervous system doesn't lie. When someone matters to us, the body responds before the mind catches up. But here's the part nobody tells you. Sometimes the sign looks like it's opposite. Sometimes a crush makes someone pull back. Go quieter. Become strangely formal. This is avoidant self-protection. When the feelings feel too large, the brain creates distance to regain control. So if someone who is warm suddenly seems slightly guarded around you specifically, that absence is its own kind of signal. The fourth sign is mirroring. Without realizing it, they start to echo your phrasing, your pace, your posture. Mirroring is an unconscious psychological behavior that happens when we feel deeply connected to someone. It says, I want to be in sync with you, even when the person doing it has no idea they're doing it at all. Fifth, they find low-stakes reasons to make contact. A meme, a song, an article, something that says I thought of you without having to actually say it. These small offerings are emotionally safer than direct expression. They're testing the water without fully stepping in. Sixth, their friends start behaving strangely around you. Slightly too knowing, slightly too amused. Crushes rarely stay fully private, and the people closest to them often carry the weight of knowing something you don't, which leaks into their energy every time you're in the room together. Seventh, they ask questions that go slightly deeper than the conversation requires. Not just what do you do, but what do you actually want to do? Questions that reach toward who you are, not just what you represent. Because a crush isn't really about attraction to a surface. It's about wanting to understand a specific, irreplaceable person. And the eighth sign is the simplest and the most overlooked. They treat you like you matter. Consistently, quietly, without needing anything back. Not loudly, not dramatically. Just a steady warmth that shows up again and again without announcement. Here's what all of this really means. Someone carrying a quiet crush on you is navigating one of the most genuinely vulnerable human experiences there is, the uncertainty of feeling something before knowing if it's safe to say it out loud. And the fact that you noticed, that you felt it, even before you could name it, that's not overthinking. That's you being exactly as perceptive as you've always been. Subscribe for more psychology insights like this. If this felt familiar, save it for later. Your future self might need the reminder.